Alright, this is my take on the 2012 Raft Thaddeus tournament. I don't know how clear you guys can hear me, but I'm getting a lot of messages and questions about what actually happened in the tournament. Got a message from USR Stig that reads, S&P is fucking pathetic. You guys have the skill to win, but winning to you is more important than anything else. Fuck every one of you. You are all that is wrong with cat and mouse. Let me address something for everybody. S&P is a really good cat and mouse team. We all came together. We're just very exceptional at playing together, well organized, blah blah blah, all the bullshit you already know. But we play for fun. We spent our money on the video game, just as everyone else did who plays it. And winning is fun, so yeah, USR Stig, you're right. All that winning is all that matters to us. And if that fucks up cat and mouse, well, we're fucking cat and mouse in the ass, because that's what we do. We win. Anyway, I want to tell everybody about the tournament, how I felt like it was fixed, even though we won. But it was a poor attempt at getting the tournament to be fixed for Thaddeus and his team to win. And although Boss and his team are not happy with us for losing to us, I feel like they were cheated, and I feel like every other team in the tournament were cheated. To begin, we were supposed to have 24 teams in the tournament total, and out of the 24 teams, there were supposed to be 12 races. I don't know how they bracket that. It made no sense from the beginning. The truth is that there were only apparently 8 teams that entered. From the beginning, S&P pretended like they weren't going to enter. We weren't going to enter to the last minute of the last day that we were allowed to enter, because we didn't want people knowing we were going to be in it, because we didn't want people practicing to push, because apparently it's all the cat and mouse community does. Especially the little FNR, or BHM, or BNH, or SRT, or SMX, or whatever you want to call that chaos, boss, redline group. Their new name, I think, is BNH, Block and Harass, because they can't pin, but hey, whatever. I call them wannabe S&P. Back on point, when we started the tournament or whatever, Thaddeus had said, just enter, it doesn't matter, you don't have to give me your 4, just enter, and if you can't play on the day, don't play on the day. So I told him, I said, listen, if we enter and you pair us with a team and we don't play on the day of the tournament, do they just win by default and progress to the next stage? He said yes. So our actual hope was that he would pair us against his team in a pathetic attempt to get a free round. But he was a bit smarter than that, and he put us against the 4 horsemen. On the day of the tournament, come to find out that there is not 10 teams, there isn't 12 teams, there isn't 24 teams, there are 10 teams, and, or excuse me, 8 teams. Out of the 8 teams, round 1 was supposed to be us versus the 4 horsemen. Boss's team, which was Boss, it was supposed to be Boss, Redline, Chaos, and Kev Catter, but Redline and Chaos, the 2 best cat and mouse players of all time, who can't beat me 1v1, they got cold feet and they left. They didn't play in the tournament. So instead, it was Brothers Grimm, what's his name, Orbital, Kev Catter, and Boss. And their team was supposed to face Real Energy's team, which he didn't get to play because he was car shopping that day, so it was Magnetic Vortex, G-Lo the Pusher, who else? Walk It Out, good player. Some other person on their team, I forget. So the Boss's team and Energy's team were to play each other in round 1. We were to play the 4 horsemen in round 1. Wave Bye Bye's team and Slow Snail's team was to play each other in round 1. And of course, Thaddeus took what he considered to be the easiest team because of connection. He played MDC in round 1. During round 1, the 4 horsemen never showed up for whatever reason. And neither did Slow Snail's team, but Slow Snail's a quitter, so we all know that. So AZ won. Wave Bye Bye's team played us like men. No complaints, no bitching, and, you know, real respectful of each other. We had a good time. They should have never had to play us in round 1, but whatever. Then out of Boss's team, Boss pushed, you know, everybody out of the way like he does, and they beat Energy's team. So round 2, we play Boss's team, and first race we go in normal cars, and we get pushed like we don't exist, and we lose the first race. Good job. So then we go in 2012 Chargers to make sure we don't get pushed like that. We still get pushed, but we win. Then we go into the finals, right? The finals is us versus Thaddeus. It's supposed to be best out of 5. All the rounds were supposed to be best out of 3. The finals, best out of 5. Now, after 2 races, Thaddeus' team quits out of the finals. Now, the questions I'm getting from a lot of people in the cat and mouse community is, did we win? Because apparently Thaddeus is going around telling people that we were disqualified because Jack had to go offline because it was late in the day and we had to get an extra player to fill in. Now, before we started the races that we were apparently disqualified from against Thaddeus' team, we asked him, would you rather wait a few hours so Jack can get some sleep for work and play us again, or would you rather... Hey, wait, bye-bye. Just hold on a second. I'm doing this commentary, and any of the questions that you had for me about the tournament, I want you to ask them after I'm done in case I forget anything, or whatever, any questions the rest of the people had. So anyway, Thaddeus, you know, he was upset that Jack had to go offline, so I said, listen, we can finish the tournament tomorrow, or we can wait a few hours for Jack to get sleep for work and he'll come back on. Because it wasn't our fault that the tournament was so unorganized and so stupid. So he said no, just get fill-ins. I said, are you sure? He said yes. So we played 2 races. First race, of course, they lost. Second race, of course, they lost, but it was really embarrassing for them. So he made Extract quit, which was pathetic because it's his tournament, and he should have never quit out of it, but he did, without no shame. He comes to game chat, says, hey, I made Extract quit, put up a car, you guys won fair and square. So he pays us, and then he goes around and tells everybody that we were disqualified. Okay, whatever. This is my point for the whole cat and mouse community. Thaddeus should have never kept $1 from that tournament. He had no right to. He tried to make the tournament fixed, and I'll explain it in a second. You might have to get a pen and a paper or back up on the on this video, and you know, listen to what I have to say again, because it's just a series of events, and he thinks people are stupid. But point blank, before any of the shit that I'm about to say is, he quit. He should have never placed. He should have never got second place, because the rest of the teams before that played us and did not quit. They went the full rounds like they were supposed to, and he quit out of it. So automatically he should have got last place. On top of it, they only ever did 1 round against MDC and made it to the finals, and that was not fair to any of the other teams that entered. I don't see how he goes round 1 and goes and plays us in the finals. Personally, I think he should have played Boss's team, who made it to round 2 before he had a right to play us in the finals. Now, this is why I say that the tournament was fixed for Thaddeus to win. He knew that chances were we weren't going to enter. We made it seem as if we really were not going to enter, even though we knew who our 4 was going to be for a month, and we knew we were going to enter, like I said, for reasons of we didn't want people practicing to push. We didn't want people to know we were entering. So we thought he was going to put us against his team in round 1 to get a free pass, but no, he put us against the 4 Horsemen, and then he went against MDC. Now, people ask, hey, you know, why do you feel the tournament's fixed? Well, Boss's team and Energy's team are 2 really good teams. Whether I like players on the team or not, I recognize, you know, where they're strong, where they're weak, and in my opinion, those are 2 of the strongest teams that entered besides us. The stronger teams should have never been paired against each other, and the weaker teams should have never went against the strongest teams off the bat. It should have been spread out evenly. It should have been flipped in a basket or tossed in a hat, something. He didn't do that. Instead, he put 2 of the strong teams against each other, which he would have put us against one of the strong teams if he thought we were going to enter. But no, he thought we weren't. So he put 2 of the strong teams against each other so they would knock each other out. He put us against the 4 Horsemen so that the 4 Horsemen would win by default, go to round 2, and his team would play the 4 Horsemen. And then he'd let whatever strong team that won round 1 go against whatever team won between Wave Bye-Bye's team and Slow Snail's team in hopes they would lose. So that he was guaranteed to get to the finals no matter what. That's an attempt to fix the tournament. And then when he finally makes it to the finals against us, which he never really made it because he never did a round 2, he quits out of his own tournament. Pathetic. That is the fucking lowest level, most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. I have no respect for players like that who will claim second place in a tournament they made that they quit out of. And in my opinion, Boss's team was the only team to beat us once out of 3 times. They should automatically got second place. He should have at least had to play them to even have the right to play in the finals. and he should have never paid him or his team any money because they had no right. They quit. They're losers. Now, let's see. Was there anything else I'm forgetting about here that I want to say? Oh, yeah. We didn't push once in the tournament except against Boss's team. They did some serious pushing, so we decided to, return it. We're not much of pushers. We're not very good at it. We don't practice it, but, And then after the tournament, we got messages saying they want to play us again 4v4. Like, there's only so many times we could beat people before it's boring. Like, I'm just sick of playing them and them trying to play us and them making new teams. Point blank to everyone is, it's cat and mouse on a video game that we spent money on. Once again, the only real thing is the disc. Like someone named Canuck said, best thing I've ever heard. The disc is the only thing that's real. The rest is entertainment. We spend the money for fun. We play the game for fun. S&P just happens to be really good at cat and mouse, and everybody wants to beat us. It's not going to be easy. We're good because we make it hard. The only way you're going to come close to beat us is like people pushing. You're going to have to really get good at this game to beat us. That's the way it is. There's not that very many good players out there, and if the good players who are out there would come together because they're all on different teams, then that would be a great race for us. But until then, it's just a bunch of pushers. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. All I want to say is that, no hard feelings to anybody who lost in the tournament. Anybody who played, I think every team was cheated. I think every team should talk to Thaddeus. His second place winning should be paid out and spread out to the rest of the teams because he has no right to place in a tournament that he tried to fix and failed miserably at. By the way, all the videos are going to go up of the tournament so people can see them. And like I said, I feel like every team was cheated. That's just my opinion. If you feel differently, feel free to message me and ask me any questions you'd like to ask. Anybody who wants help getting better at cat and mouse, once again, not as much of a dick as you hear. I'm happy to help people. And wave bye-bye. Is there anything I'm forgetting that people had questions about? Because I know you heard some of the questions people had about the tournament.
It just was that they were misinformed, and everybody's opinions is different. No, I think that the video is good to get it out. But I will say that Thaddeus did come back and give money back to the teams. For say myself, he gave me 50 mil to distribute between 4 players, and
he gave you that money because he was rewarding the teams up until 6th place since there were 6 teams. So basically, he paid you for 6th place, the 50 million, but by default, you should have had 5th place. If not even, you know what I mean? I think that's even lower. He should have never placed. He put himself in 2nd place, so you guys should have actually got 100 mil. That's what I'm saying, that you guys were cheated out of the winnings.
Yeah, I know I don't lie, and I don't cheat, so I appreciate it, I'm going to talk to him. Yeah.
Alright, anything else, Stig, do you think I'm forgetting to cover?
No. Good to me.
Alright. Well, for all you people who hate me, can't stand me, have a good day, sleep tight, don't lose sleep over me. It's just a video game, and anybody who wants help, message me. What's up, Stiggy?
Thaddeus is a bitch.
I think everybody knows that. Oh god. That's him and Chaos, man. Those are 2 guys I've 1v1'd like 7 or 8 times. They've lost every single time. Really, there's one time that Chaos came close because I pinned him in an F40, but still, out of 7 or 8 times, they've lost every single one, and they still come back. It's like, if I could say anything, it's just hop off my dick. Like, I have a girl, you know what I mean? I fuck her almost every night except for when she doesn't have her period. My dick is committed to a female. Like, hop off of it. I don't need a male to nut ride me like that. Like, if you want to get good, go beat anybody on S&P and I'll 1v1 you again. But you can't because you're not good enough. So just quit the pushing, quit the front wheel drive bias. Hopefully on Horizons people get better. I don't know. I won't be on it. But for the rest of the cat and mouse community, just enjoy life. Don't lose sleep over S&P. It's not that big of a deal. I think that's pretty good. I think people will get a lot from that. And Thaddeus would be mad that he's been called out as a fucking con. He honestly thought people are just too stupid to get it.
And it all started with tonight when you came in the party, and I said, well, what the fuck happened? And I told you the real truth that was actually said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just yeah.